Hello everyone and welcome to Zedlo's Kitchen. Today, for dinner, I'm going to be making chicken Alfredo. But I already know I made chicken Alfredo, like 3 times on the channel already. However, I wanted to show you how I bread my chicken because one of my friends asked me and she's like, how do you get your chicken so juicy and how does it taste good? Nice and crisp on the outside and juicy on the inside. So, I'm going to show you because this is the recipe I usually fry chicken in, so I'm going to show you that now. Let's get to cooking. Alright, so first we're going to talk about seasoning and our little prep station of what we have here. What we're going to do, our mixtures and everything. So, in our first bowl, we're just going to add in a cup of flour. That's good. And then to this, we're going to add some salt. We're going to add in some black pepper. Then we're going to add in some onion powder and garlic powder. And then some smoked paprika. So our flour is seasoned. We're going to go ahead and give this a nice stir. Keep it in the bowl though. Alright, and then we're going to set that off to the side. Then our next mixture is our breadcrumbs. I like using Panko breadcrumbs. I think they give a nice crunch. I think they taste better. So we're going to add in, again, about a cup for the Panko breadcrumbs. And we're going to add in the same seasonings as we did for the flour. So we have our salt, we have our pepper, maybe a little too much, our garlic powder, our onion powder, our smoked paprika, and then to this I add in some Parmesan cheese. Now you can add in grated Parmesan cheese. I'm just using the can. I'm going to cook that right in there, and then I'm just going to mix this with my hand, kind of crumple it up. Just like that. Of course, someone has to be cutting their grass while I'm doing this. Sorry about that. Alright, so that is our second mixture done. Then we have our third. Third is just going to be about 3 eggs. Just like that. And then to the eggs, sorry, I'm just going to wash my hands real fast. With the eggs, I'm just going to add in a little bit of salt and then just a little bit of pepper. That's it. And then we're going to go ahead and whisk this up. And I'm going to add just a little bit of water to it. Just a little bit. Just like that. And now we're going to get our chicken. Alright, so here I have our chicken. These are thinly sliced. Now you don't have to use thinly sliced. They are easier because one, they do cook faster. But if you have just the whole chicken breast, you can cut it in half and pound it out to make sure they're equal and then do it that way. It's totally up to you. I just had these on hand, so this is what we're going to use. Alright, so there are many different ways that you could do this. Some people don't even use the egg. They dip it in the flour. Breadcrumbs, some people use egg. Some people double dip. It's completely up to you on how you want to do this. But what I do and what I find better is dipping it in the egg, flour, egg, back into the, and then into the breadcrumbs. Right, so I have, this is my chicken, it's thinly sliced. If you don't have thinly sliced chicken and you have just the chicken breast, you can always just cut it in half and pound it out to make them nice and equal to fry and cook evenly. But I had the thin sliced chicken on hand, so this is what we're going to use. So I know this could be a lot of different ways when it comes to how to do your mixtures. Where to dip it, when to dip it, all that kind of stuff. You know, some people dip it in the egg and then right into the breadcrumb. Others dip it into the egg, the flour, the breadcrumb. Some people do, all kinds. So what I do is I dip it into the egg, dip it into the flour, back into the egg, and then in the breadcrumbs. So before we do that, I'm just going to season this with some salt and pepper. Just like that. Alright. So then we're going to get started. I have my other plate here. This is what the chicken is going to go on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'm just going to dip it in, and you want it all nice and coated. All nice and coated. You don't have to do this with your hands. You could do it with little tongs, but I find it best that your hands work better. And we dip it into the flour and make sure it gets coated in all that flour nice and good. Alright, so then it looks like this. Shake off the excess, dip it back into the egg, use your other hand, your egg hand. Alright, again, you want to get it all nice and mixed just like that. Then we're going to dip it into our breadcrumbs. And again, make sure you get the breadcrumbs all over the chicken, not on the counter. Not what I just did. But you want it all nice and coated. Shake off the excess. So just like that. And then we're going to place it right on our plate. And again, do the same thing. Now this does require a little bit of patience, I would say. You don't want to miss a step or rush the chicken or whatnot. And what I mean by that is like putting another piece of chicken in the egg right now. You don't want to overcrowd the egg pan or bowl, not pan, but just get that nice and coated. Now if I'm going to put this in the breadcrumbs, yeah, let's go ahead and put another piece in there. Go ahead, really press it down on the breadcrumbs, get that underneath, kind of get all the sides. And this is what's going to make the chicken nice and crispy. There you go. Next one. Get it all nice and coated. All nice and delicious. There you go. Dip it into the egg. Swirl it around a little bit, just like that. Drip off. Then into our mixture. Nice and coated, just like that. Okay, and then the last piece. Again, egg mixture, flour, back into the egg. And then into our breadcrumbs. Alright, there we go. And now it's time to fry them. So you want the pan on medium heat. And what we're going to do is, for this, I'm going to use canola oil. So it looks like I ran out of avocado oil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this over and make a nice layer. That's it. And we're going to let that sit. We're going to let that heat up before we put in our chicken. And then we're going to get our chicken nice and crispy. And then to see if your oil's ready, the little trick is take a wooden spoon and you go and you see how it bubbles. That means it's ready. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take a piece of chicken and lay it in there. Okay. Probably going to have to do this in batches, which is fine. So lay that piece right there. Let's see if I can do 3 at a time. Now the key to this, don't move it. Do not move the chicken. Don't play with it, let it cook. I'm just making room. And this is going to take between about 5 to 7 minutes. We're looking for a nice golden brown on the other side. And we're going to flip it over and let that side cook for, again, about 5 to 7 minutes. Alright, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to flip these over. And as you can see, look how nice and golden they are. Look at that. Beautiful as I move the pan. Now we're going to let them cook on the other side, get them nice golden brown. Again, another 5 to 7 minutes. Alright, so let's take a look at these. Oh, that looks delicious. So I'm going to plate them on this plate here. These are terrible tongs, I'll tell you that much. There we go. They're nice, golden brown. Alright. Gonna let these rest. And I'm going to take the other one. I'm going to just put it right in there and let that one cook as well. Alright, so this is what the chicken looks like. And then just to do a test. So, sounds really good. I'm going to just cut a piece to show you. Look. It's done, it's juicy, so let's try this. Alright, so again, here it is. Here's the chicken. A little nice and juicy. So, let's try it. Hot. It's juicy. You get the nice crunch from the Panko breadcrumbs, but you also taste that Parmesan cheese, and it is delicious. So good. So very good. But that is this. This is how I make my shallow fried chicken and how I get it nice and juicy. So there you have it. That's it. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, hope you all have a wonderful day. Remember to be the best you can be. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye!